Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast. We got some shit to talk about.
Oh, the world of Facebook drama.
Oh, demo.
DEMO.
Let's break that down a little bit.
We were on the phone with Mr. Jason Dials, and a lot of people know you scroll. You can't really sit. So you kind of scroll through some stuff, and I saw your eyes kind of start lighting up. All hell broke loose in a matter of minutes.
I didn't think it was going to happen like that. Like I said, we kind of knew a little bit about what was going on. And evidently, guys, if you all tell us not to say anything, we don't, because we didn't even tell each other that we knew about that. So if you all are concerned about us not keeping your secrets, that's not an issue you need to worry about. Because Derek was like, yeah, I knew about it. I was like, well, fuck, I did too. He's like, oh.
That's what happens when you're sworn to secrecy.
Well, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into it a little bit. Big money.
Bristol, Tennessee, baby.
Bristol, baby.
October 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. $100,000 to win mods.
$100,000 to win.
Light welds.
Pro lights.
Everybody who is on Facebook, after it was announced, Mr. Chad Markley is a member of Demo. He went on his CDDA page, and they did a little Facebook Live.
Which
I saw about 700 people.
Yes, and the shares, the tags.
Oh, yeah.
The live left a lot of questions for people.
It did.
That's to be expected.
When nothing is 100% solidified for everything,
right,
there's always going to be those question marks, I would say.
As far as a face of an organization, I don't know that they could have picked a better one.
Yeah.
Chad's relatable. Stand-up fucking guy.
Yep. And he ain't afraid to tell you how the fuck it's going to be either.
Right.
I mean, that's Chad. Chad doesn't pull back punches.
No.
This is going to be a Carnage conversation as well. So remember back, several years ago when there was a little debacle at Carnage, Chad didn't hold any punches back. I mean, no. He is that.
No, but he knows how to talk. I mean, he knows what to say and when to say it.
Correct. He just don't do Facebook.
You aren't wrong.
He stays away from that shit until it's this time, and then the other half
takes him 45 minutes to figure out how to get on live.
I don't think he got it figured out. I think somebody else got it figured out for him.
They were giving him so much shit.
Yes.
We were out in the shop watching it. But let's get into it a little bit. It looked like what was it, a 16-team platform? Is that what
per
division?
Yes, per class.
Sounds like 4 versus 4.
Yep. And it's all one-on-one.
I like it. That's my favorite format.
Yes. Takes some politics out of the game.
Looks like you're going to have to run 3 times.
Yep.
Regardless. I know this is going to be a little bit tough discussion because we haven't seen a set of rules. But just your opinion, going into something like this, you're going to have to run 3 times. What are you taking?
Oh, fuck.
Because I'm telling you right now, the first thing that comes to my fucking mind is a wagon.
It is.
All the real estate.
Because these are, I think, what they kind of have been talking about is that 15-16 Blizzard Bash rules, which really is pretty close to South Dakota rules.
Right.
For the mod side, you don't get the 8x8 tie-in boxes. You can still have spindles.
Right.
You get hump plates. Anybody with any cars in their stable, a wagon probably would be what I think a lot of them will take. But now
I think on the backside of that, Because, like I said, we haven't got to see a physical set of rules yet. I think the tank protector rule and the sidebar rule is going to make a huge difference as well.
Yeah. I know some guys I've talked to, they're already set into taking Fords. You know,
you're going to have that.
The 9 to 11 Fords, because you get what you get to do up front with that conversion over. I think you're going to see some Fords, real hard front business in Fords doing work.
But is there going to be enough left?
Correct.
I mean, because you're taking a football field out there whenever you jump in that wagon.
Mm-hmm. Fuck.
You're taking a Pee Wee League field with the new style.
You are. Maneuverability. That will
and
be
that's
a
another
bonus.
thing. I mean, it depends on where they're putting that track at. Because, I mean, you know, from what you hear, you don't. They're saying apron running on asphalt, putting dirt on it. You know, we don't know what they're doing yet.
Yeah, and then we hear middle of the track,
Right.
which is ginormous. And anybody around here, you just got to realize it's almost Moberly Raceway.
Right.
Moberly Motorsports Park. So if you're talking the entire pits in the middle, that's a big motherfucking track. Super big, super fast. And it's not like you're going to have at that point in time when you're going through the heats like they say they are, you don't have to worry about dodging 20 other cars.
What I think you're going to see here is you're going to see some of the fucking cleanest cars you've ever seen.
Correct.
Come out on the track. You're going to see straight up driver quality shit built for the show.
Mm-hmm. I'll agree with that. And then, you know, not everybody knows who knows is going. You know, Chad did say some names.
Right.
Said some team names. So, you know, where a lot of these guys have put their efforts into Blizzard Bash or South Dakota or something like that with their clean fucking builds.
Right.
Going to either of those places. A lot of them guys, I don't know if you're going to get any cleaner. Because when it's that big show and you're running for 50 G's.
I understand that, but you still see the straggler team or you know, this or that. I don't think you're going to see that here.
You're not. Because I believe the other 8 teams who are trying to get signed up in each class, they're going to have to be voted on.
I don't know where I'm supposed to start and where I'm supposed to stop talking about this. So I've been trying to kind of keep shit vague. Just because of,
I mean, Chad did say that.
I know.
On that part.
That's what I know, but I mean, moving forward towards, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be saying. You know, that's why we're not going to spend a whole bunch of time on it. There is some stuff that I was going to throw my opinion on. Mm-hmm. We've talked about it before. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
That's right.
I have been watching the internet chatter. How's this going to help the small town shows? It's not going to be something that immediately helps them.
No.
My opinion again, long term, if this takes off like they're wanting it to, one of the big effects on your county fair shows is you won't have the 6 guys that run together, that run national level shows, that build national level cars show up because they're going to have somewhere else to go. Mm-hmm. Now everybody's like, well, you're taking car counts away. They were already doing that showing up.
Correct. Just go. We've talked about that, the secrecy, you know, and the hidden, and I'm not saying hidden agendas, but nobody's wanting to tell people where they're going.
Because it's stopping people from showing up.
Correct.
And this way, you'll know where the fuck they're going.
Yes. Yeah. Mr. Jason Dials.
Yeah.
What did he say last week? He's going to King of Ohio in 2024.
Yes.
That's not something that Jason would have ever really done.
Right.
I'm not saying, you know, when he talked about going to Colorado, that's a way fucking closer drive for Jason than Ohio.
Right. I mean, Ohio's a fucking long ways from here.
Word.
And we're already 4 hours ahead of him.
Yep.
But everybody's like, well, I don't know how this is going to benefit this. And I was like, well, it's going to give your guys that don't have the experience yet, they're going to get to run against guys with little to no experience again. I mean, it's going to take a county fair back to where a county fair used to be.
2 years experience to 25 years of experience. You're pissing in the fucking wind right off the bat.
Well, and especially if there's 6 of them, because it's all comes down to a pecking order. You know how that shit's going to work. I know how it's going to work. You show up, you run with them, and you get to finish 6th.
Correct.
You show up and you don't run with them, you get to finish 10th.
Mm-hmm. I concur.
And then they're not there. Well, that takes that out of it. Mm-hmm. And do I think there's going to be trickle down with it? Especially if the fucking rules work. Yeah, you're going to see trickle down. Because if these rules pick up out there, everybody's liking them. Everybody from all over the United States is liking these rules. Guess where that shit's going to start heading?
Yeah.
Right to your back door.
Look at the MWFA class. And as of right now, that is the only class nationwide that has same rules.
Huh?
No matter where you go, whether you're going to Minnesota, Wisconsin, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois,
if you
wherever.
see that name stapled on a class, those rules are the exact same at that show as they would be across the United States.
Yep. So I understand the effect that what these guys are trying to do. They're trying to get their own unified rule set, not so much unified points,
right?
But a unified rules. And when we break that down a little bit, Mark Elliott's ME 527 points is not the same rules,
right?
It's not. I mean, because you can run
that is a unified point series.
Yes, you can run Capital Carnage. You're going to get points. You're going to get points at South Dakota. You're going to get points at Spring X. You're going to get points at fucking King of the Hill.
Again, my thoughts on all this is they're going to set this up where it's more of a sanctioned event. Just throwing it out there, like tractor pulling. It'd be like Lucas Oil's tractor pulling circuit.
NTPA or whoever it is. Yes.
NASCAR. I don't see it getting that big, maybe down the road.
It could.
But you're shooting for the stars there.
Correct.
Which is where you should be shooting at. I get it.
If not, you shouldn't be shooting.
Right. So I do like that. I like the direction it's heading. I hope it fucking works.
Yes.
Anything for the betterment of the sport, and I know there's a lot of people, they're lining their fucking pockets. They're like, well, fuck, I hope they do that too. Mm-hmm. I ain't never mad at nobody for making no money.
No, I mean, that's the thing. If you go buy stock at Walmart, I want you to make money.
Right.
I mean, we've said that how many times? We always want to see our homies do good.
Yeah.
And that's just not around here. I mean, that's Utah guys, that's Illinois guys,
Well, that would be like us sitting here, you coming in and being like, well, hey, I invested blah, blah in this, and I made 20% on it. And I'd be like, well, fuck you, why? That's stupid.
Correct. We want it to work.
Fuck yes.
We've said that since this thing has started. We never want to see a promoter fail.
No.
Even if we dislike them.
Right.
And even if we dislike them as a person or as a promoter, we still want the sport to succeed.
That's why the fuck we're here.
Yes. The only issue that I really see right now is there is a major, and I repeat, major division line. Line drawn in the sand.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're not seeing people who are straddling both sides of this ordeal. You're seeing one hard line, and you've got people on the left of it, and you got people on the right of it.
Yes.
Some of them
because everybody's either really liking this thing or they're fuck this.
Yeah. And they're not. They're pretty quick to announce the fuck this as well. Yeah. Could it be something down the road where all these guys are like, you know what? Y'all made this work.
People, this is gonna piss people off, I'm sure. There's a lot of motherfuckers out there that are scared of new things that they don't know all the details on, and that's what you got. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're looking at a monster in your closet right now. You don't exactly know what it's gonna do. You don't know how it's gonna work, but it might be nice. It might not be. You know,
you don't know if it's a boogeyman that's going to come out and get you in the middle of the night, or that dude that's hanging out in the closet to protect you.
Right.
I mean, you don't know. And none of us will know.
No, and it's a hell of a lot easier to get on there and be like, man, fuck, this is fucking stupid. But all those guys that I hear saying that, I don't want to fucking see your car there.
Correct. Damn right. Exactly. Yep. You take that shit somewhere else. And we say a lot that we want the sport to grow. You know, you do that with the youth stuff. You do that with these national level events. That's given a driver another opportunity to be on a big stage. Nobody really knew how South Dakota was going to be.
No.
I mean, there was a bunch of shit building up to South Dakota, but it wasn't.
There's some shit I want to say here, but it's offensive. Like it's dickheadish. I'm not. Gonna say it.
And we're not trying to do that. We're not doing demolition derby politics.
Right.
But when you see a new event such as South Dakota was,
well, and I can actually say this where it's not going to come off completely dickheadish because I won't have to name drop on this. Were there some teams in South Dakota that were not national quality teams? Yes,
mm-hmm.
Of course there was.
Yes.
That would not have been the case had people been beating the door down to get in that show. You're going to have that whenever you first start something. We watched it. You watched it. There were some teams that had no fucking business being out there.
I agree with that.
You don't see that very often at Blizzard Bash. Like, you might catch one here and there, but on the national side, you don't see it at all. Like, not even a little bit.
Because you had to work to get there.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like you can just jump right the fuck into the national side.
And then on the qualifying side, they've about stopped it there too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it. And so it was new.
Which in 2023 on the Blizzard Bash side, there wasn't that qualifying side.
Right.
You know, that's where that limited will jumped up, and you know, now you fuckers are running on Thursday and Friday instead of just Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Now we're paying you some more.
Prime time at prime time.
Fucking we want you to start getting some of that pressure.
Now, there is something on this demo deal that I really hope to see, and like I said, I haven't heard anything about it. If it gets blowed up to what I want it to be, or what I've got it built up to in my head, I really hope that a TV station or a streaming service or whatever grabs it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the next step to make this bigger than what it already is.
Yeah.
It needs to be nationally broadcasted.
Fucking A, it does.
And not the whole show. The prime event.
It's just like back in the day, you watch wrestling. What you see on TV, that's not the whole show.
No.
You're not seeing the hour and a half before that, motherfucker. You're seeing the last 2 hours of it, where your big names
That's
are
what I'm
there.
saying. Like, like me, if they put a stock class together for down there for a filler class, fucking A, I'll drag a car out there. I'm going anyway. I will 100% go run that just to say I did it. I am almost positive that they will run that shit during the day. You will not be a featured event. You will not be at the end of that show. That's completely fine. That's how it should be.
Yes.
But I'm talking, you run that light weld or pro light or whatever they're calling it, and the mod class, and that right there is what needs to be televised.
That's what's getting paid all the monies.
Prime time at prime time.
Yes.
And then after you've held everybody's attention, for that hour and a half or whatever it takes to do that, well, maybe next year you can start it at 5 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
But if a streaming service picks it up, I think that would honestly be the better route, in my opinion. Because you can call a wrong number and they've got 2 Netflix accounts, or
yeah.
And you can just continuously watch it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we said it a couple weeks ago that the envisionment that we have is to be able to turn on your television, whether it's Peacock, whether it's Paramount Plus, Netflix,
Roku
or
TV,
whatever.
whatever.
Fucking A. and watch a live derby without having to purchase it.
And it not last forever.
Yeah. I mean,
because I've got all the respect in the world for the Track Shack Live guys. And you see everybody on there, free 99, free 99. It's not free. That's not free.
no. It's free to the consumer.
Yes.
That's the only way it's free.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't understand. There's a lot of money switching hands in the shadows. Again, that was not a slam.
No.
Toward them.
But those guys can't come and broadcast a show for absolutely free.
I expect nobody to do something for me for free. That's not how things work in this lifetime.
No. Be fuck cool if it did, though.
No shit. I'd have all the blowjobs.
All the over the pants handies.
But nothing's free, people. No. Nothing's free.
Free, like I said, free to the consumer, but that is the only thing.
It costs somebody something somewhere.
Oh, yes. To make it free for you.
Yes, sir. Which is fucking badass. You know, that's awesome. You know, that'd be like us trying to charge everybody to listen to this fucking thing.
Correct.
I'm not going to do that.
Nope.
But we'll charge Broadhead and Chunk.
Yes.
Speaking of which, it'd be a good time to plug both
yes.
Triple B's tees.
That's right. Broadhead decals, hooking us up. Our new 8x4 banner will be here Tuesday with some new stickers. So, yeah. We haven't had time to make any of the merchandise, such as the 4-in-1s, the 40-ounce, and the 20-ounce tumblers and 22-ounce fatty cups yet.
I think, is it the 22 that I've got? Is that the one that you gave me? I think you gave me. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you gave it to me or not. I might have stole that. But
the one that you were using at South Dakota?
Yes.
That's a 20-ounce.
That's a 20.
See, I like that one because it fits my cup holder.
Yes, it does.
And
a whole perfect 20 ounces amount of wiki.
Yes, sir.
Perfect 20 ounce.
Those are good fucking cups too. Sorry,
we're not going to talk about backlash for this. We're going to get.
We touched on a little bit of that.
Correct. We're going to get the man on. Probably in just an episode or two down the road. He's actually this has been planned out for a minute before any of this demo stuff came up. But working on scheduling and stuff like that, he was like, can we wait? He didn't tell me why he wanted to wait, but I said, yeah, we can wait. That is not an issue. So we will definitely get Dustin on. Break it down. Hopefully he can enlighten us more on some stuff that's...
Well, we're gonna put him on the spot to actually, like, he's gonna have to, like, it's gonna have to happen.
Yes.
Fast. Like, he's gonna have to give us we're gonna have to get the short version of it.
Mm-hmm. And some hopefully answered questions.
Yeah.
That a lot of, not just us, are having.
Right.
Not just the drivers that are signed up, and the teams and whatnot, and supporters.
And whether you're for it or against it, I think you need to keep in the back of your mind that this is for the sport. It's not because anybody's trying to kill the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you believe that they're doing it for monetary reasons, whether you think that they're doing it to try to push another show out, whatever your reasoning may be, I guarantee you some of your friends, somebody that you know, somebody you like to watch will be there. Don't cut support from somebody you know because of you not liking the big picture things.
Yes. And I don't think what people realize, do you consider what it costs to rent Bristol Motor Speedway?
Right.
We're not talking
Paris
Moberly Raceway Park. We're not talking fucking I-70 Old Speedway. We're talking Bristol Motor Speedway.
It's Bristol, baby.
So I'm sure that is not cheap.
Oh, you don't think it was like $250 a night or something like that?
Probably not.
Fuck no. It's not how that shit works. I do like that they're headed toward the dirty south.
A little bit, yes.
I like it.
Yep.
Which, I don't know how many times I've told everybody, Tennessee, that's where I want to be. Like, I want to live there.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to stop with that one.
Yep, because we've got to talk about something that's about to motherfucking happen.
That's right.
By the time this bitch drops, they will already be rolling across lists.
Blue check, yes, sir. Capital Carnage 2024. Smash it.
And that fucking list looks nastier than ever.
It does. We will reiterate again. The one and dones we love. You're not dragging shit. The only thing that you're going to have to drag
is your cooler
and a torch. Because I promise you, if you go across that lift, and if you're in that position where they just instantly throw you a stick, you're fucked.
In there.
Ruh-roh.
Look at it again.
Oh, shit, you're built to the rules? Uh-oh. Whoops.
Look at it again.
But, yes, people can listen to this as they're going through tech.
Yeah.
Getting their shit unloaded as they're cutting plates, and let's hope they don't have to cut horns and shit off like they did at Blizzard Bash.
Throw your AirPods in.
Yep. Get busy with it.
And listen to us. I'll even hum to you. Be very soothing.
That's all he can do is hum.
I'll lower my voice.
The reason we're talking about this, it is the next big show. Period. I mean, it'll be 2 days after this launches, or this airs. We've covered the driver's list. We've got some guys pretty close to home that are going to be out there. We've got some
I've already seen cars in paint, stickered, ready to go on trailers.
But then there's some guys that we're used to seeing out there that aren't there. That is kind of out of the normalcy range of what we're used to seeing. Well, I
like it.
I think it will affect the show. And I'm not saying it's going to affect it for better or worse, but it's going to affect, yes, it's going to affect the outcomes.
That's good.
Yes. One guy last year that won one of the street stocks, Caleb Myers, Mullet Man himself. When you see Caleb, you know he runs balls out. We've personally seen him run balls out. But he's just not one of them guys that is kind of put on a pedestal,
right?
I would say. Right. Not that super famous. Oh, he runs Blizzard Bash every year. They always finish top 3, and then he goes to Carnage. He's won that. It's not that. So you're getting these guys that are coming up.
Which we told him after we watched him run in Paris, with the build quality that he's got, the drivetrain setup and shit he's got, and his ability to wheel that fucking car, there is no reason that he couldn't go win that.
Correct. And he did. Cashed him a check.
I mean, we talked about that before. Like, we were talking about Mullet Man before Mullet Man was cool.
Mm-hmm. I think there's some questions that need to be asked. So
let's get him on here.
Let's just get him on. Be right back. This episode is brought to you by Broadhead Decals. From door wraps and roof signs, window stickers and banners, let Broadhead Decals take care of all your vinyl needs with only quality products used.
Justin's graphic design abilities will get you everything you could ever want. With super fast shipping, their turnaround time is second to none. So let Broadhead Decals take you to the next level. Well, we said we had some questions.
That's right. Tim Clark Jr., smash it. Getting ready to load up and head to Topeka, Kansas, baby. Junior, what's happening, man?
Can I get a hell yeah?
Oh, man. So, are you excited or is it business as usual?
I'm pumped. I mean, I think this is really, like, we're all packed up, ready to go. This is the earliest we've really been all, set up with all of our trailers and everything. We just got to get to Topeka now.
I'm ready. We went over the driver's list last week. There's some names on there we haven't seen before. There's some returning names. There's a little bit of a driver shakeup. We've got guys building down. We've got guys in the street stock that we figured would be in the light weld. I mean, I think this is going to be one for the books.
That's for sure. We definitely got a class for really anybody out there, whether you want to build a full-blown heavy mod car or, all the way down to a little, like, hobo mini car.
Steven's favorite class.
Shut up. You running those on Monday?
I listen to the pod. I've been trying to I've been trying to convince Candace to run the mini cars on Monday morning. I don't think it's gonna work out.
He's tried every promoter we've talked to so far to run them bitches as we're either driving home or flying home. And he just ain't been able to get it pulled out yet.
I talk a lot of shit on them, but I mean,
there's a lot of loopholes I got to go through to get that done.
I talk a lot of shit on the mini car drivers, but they show up, they show out, they pay their money, they bring their people. They're a part of the sport. I mean, they really are. They're a really good part of the sport to get up and go get a beer.
I was gonna say he was being really way too nice, and he ain't had near enough beer yet. So I really didn't know where he was gonna go with that.
Well, so you're excited to get out there. Everything's packed up. When are they gonna start putting dirt in there?
We drive out there Tuesday, so Tuesday afternoon they'll start bringing it in for the walls, and then work all day Wednesday and all day Thursday, and hopefully we'll be as rock hard as it was at Blizzard Bash. But I'm not too sure. I don't think has it rained? Because you guys are in Missouri, has it rained out by you guys? Or
we ain't got
the
shit.
only thing we got was about 3 inches of snow, a week ago?
Yep, and that was it. Ponds are
Right.
dry. Ponds are low. Lakes are low.
The dirt is like just outside at the Stormont Dale Event Center. It's just tarped up. So as long as there's no rain, it should be 100% good to go.
Now, jumping from the last show that you guys do in the year is Blizzard Bash, and then the first show that you guys do is Capital Carnage. How hard is it to work with that, ending on big, starting with big, and then any kind of rule changes that you guys do, class changes? How hard is that to jump from, that November show to that March show?
I mean, honestly, not too hard. I mean, we've had Capital City since 2017, and it's really been any bigger show is really the same routine. You just got to keep doing everything, whether it be registration or setting the track up or anything like that. And the rules are the same as they were at Blizzard Bash. So after Capital City is when we really start to dig into those rules and update things for Blizzard Bash.
Yuck.
That's not fun. That's not the fun part of the sport.
I mean, not really, but it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it, I guess.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
That's right. Have that on them bigger jobs.
Well, I have to ask every promoter, which one do you think is going to be the one to watch?
Which class?
Yep.
Or which?
Yeah, which class?
Or which? Man, the street stock class last year was crazy with all those heats. I really liked that, but I'm more of a full-size guy myself. So, you ask a guy that likes mini cars, he might say, the Weld Compact, or
right.
I know the minivan class has been a pretty big hit with a lot of action. But
I think that street stock class is going to get completely ignorant.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm thinking we went down the light weld list. We know there's a couple guys from Illinois that like to send their shit to the moon. When you got Jerry Lyerly, Austin Johnson, those two can take a 20 or 25 car field And if they want to, they can take out a third of the field by themselves.
Well, and even if they don't take out a third of the field, they can fuck up the end order of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, one of them guys, they'll see somebody bagging on the end and they make it an issue of, okay, no, you're not bagging. You're going to work for this bitch.
Yeah, we're not doing that today.
Yeah, you're taking a fat check home. You're going to have to earn that bitch.
Absolutely. Austin is definitely like top 5, mad dog kind of drivers whenever he wants to. I know that there's times where he wants to go out there and win it, but for the most part, I've never seen a time where Austin's ran and hasn't gone out and just killed everybody. He's definitely one to see.
Just make sure they put the cameras on the inside of his car.
Because if they do that, it changes his mentality.
It's like flipping a switch.
For sure.
Oh, but I think it's going to be. I think this is going to be one of the best ones that we've seen out there. I like the driver list shakeup. I love the format. I think it's just. I think it's just going to be a badass show.
Right, for sure. Changing the street stock weld up last year was definitely a positive addition to the whole thing. I know in previous years we had like heats and features for the big car class, and I mean, if you're running for that kind of money, I can understand you're going to save your car for the feature, but the fans in the stands, they want to see you go all out. So I think we did a good thing on having one and done heats.
100%, and you don't have to take 3 fucking trailers of parts.
Right.
Sure. Yeah, you've got to take a torch to get through tech. And a couple, hopefully.
Maybe you ain't got wheels and tires.
Yeah, you ain't got to cut your shit apart to do it. And then, you run it and you load it and you go home. Got, where you guys aren't out there for 5-6 days. I mean, yeah, you're going out there Tuesday, but it's not like it's going to take you 2 days to tear shit down, unpack, repack and get loaded, and then drive your ass all the way back to Ohio.
Right. Capital City is definitely a lot, I wouldn't say not stressful, but a lot less stressful than Blizzard Bash or Bash for Cash, a show like that. That's for sure.
Well, last time we got you on, you guys did, 55 shows throughout the summer?
I think we had like 52 maybe a year or two before COVID. Last year we had 33 or so, if you count Blizzard Bash Carnage and the Bash for Cash. And this year it looks like we have like 26 fair shows plus the big 3. So we're down to 29 now. Which
that's still too fucking many.
It's still plenty.
No. Plenty is like 4.
Yeah.
Bro, that's plenty. You all are a bunch of fucking overachievers is what you are.
Right. I mean, my dad's been doing this ever since I was like 2 years old. They started in like 1998 with 8 county fairs, and I mean, really just got all the way up to 55, and now there's a couple promoters out this way that are getting bigger or more shows, so it's more competitive nowadays. But I think the county fair level is definitely, it's never going to go away. It's definitely where Derby started and where Derbies always will. It's not big time, big stage, big lights like Stormont Vale or Bash for Cash or Metal Mayhem or something like that, but people are always going to Derby at the county fairs no matter what.
Oh, 100%. I mean, hell, they made a song about it. Everybody's famous in a small town.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, whenever you're pulling out there on your hometown track, like, nothing against the bigger shows, but I know whenever I run around here, it's a little bit more meaningful.
It's your time to shine.
I mean, it's your people.
Yep.
Everybody knows you here.
Yep.
Right. Like, I ran, we used to promote our hometown county fair. Last year was the first year that we actually got to run it, so I mean, it's not the, thousands of people, but it sure is. I don't know. It's something different about running at your home fair.
It's home.
That's for sure.
Well, do you have anything you want to add to before we move on from the Capital Carnage?
I mean, not in particular. I think it's the same really format as last year. I think tech will go good this year. I know we might have a few misunderstandings with a few things, but that's just how it goes. There's always one or two or three situations or people that cause the major issue. It seems like every year, no matter what the derby is,
you're going to have
always
that.
One or two things that you can't plan for that just end up happening.
Well, you said something just a little bit ago about, you've got some promoters out towards your all's area that's starting to maybe pick up a little momentum. I know you guys are on social media. This little thing that we kind of talked about before we got you on, this little demo, these guys are roughly pretty close to you. Am I correct when I say that?
Yeah, very close.
Location-wise, I know they do King of Ohio. I know that's one show that you guys get to actually go run if you want to, where you don't have to tech it and all that neat shit. Are you seeing kind of the same thing that we're seeing with maybe a little division on that social media side with drivers?
100%. I mean, it's not necessarily division as of this current moment. It's more along the lines of, how do I say this? There's more questions than there are answers as of right now.
Yes.
And I don't even think the people in charge or anybody a part of it has any answers to any of the questions as of this current moment.
Well, and honestly, I would rather be kept in the dark on that shit unless somebody had a for sure answer for me. I don't want somebody just throwing out half-ass answers and then it be completely different later on.
Mm-hmm.
I would way rather I'd rather not know a fucking thing and somebody tell me, well, I don't know, rather than be like, bullshit your way through it, and then the end result be completely different than what you had said.
Completely fucked.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of what me and you had conversed a while back, and we did some talking, and you did kind of hint. You didn't really give any names out, but you did say that something is trying to go to a whole nother level. Dustin is actually scheduled with us, so hopefully he can answer a lot of these questions.
Maybe we can shed a little bit of light on the situation.
Yes. So all those questions that everybody have, maybe we can put a little light on it.
I mean, and I don't know what your opinion of it is, Tim, but I know from my standpoint, it's cool to see another big stage to give the guys that don't get the opportunity to run Blizzard Bash or Gold Rush or Capital Carnage, that didn't get in. That gives them another playing field.
Another avenue, yes.
They've got another stage that they can get on.
No, I 100% agree. A derby anywhere that is big stage like that is awesome for the sport. That's for sure. But I don't know how it is going to happen unless somebody knows Mark Cuban or a guy like that or something. I guess I just have questions that aren't answered as of this point.
Well, and it seems like your skepticism is coming from the business standpoint of this. Am I correct on that?
Right.
Because I know that's been something that I've seen on the internet a lot. It's you're not really seeing questions about the logistics of it. It's more toward the business side of how it's all going to shake out. Because you're
Right.
not talking small figures there. Right off the bat, you're talking $200,000 for first place. $100,000 in each class. Well, they're not just going to be like, well, you get your entry money back if you finish second.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I said, that was just. I know word travels around Missouri pretty fast. I figured Ohio probably is about the same. Probably such as Kansas and Iowa and Illinois. I mean, every state's got its sewing circle, I would say. So that's why I just kind of wanted to ask you kind of your feelings on it.
And it sounds like you're about setting where everybody else is. They want more information.
Right. I'm all for what they're trying to start, but the way they've gone about it, I don't agree with, and I don't think a lot of other people agree with. So that's where I think they're going to have their second biggest issue other than actually paying for it. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Well, I mean, and like I said, I understand where you're coming from on it. I'm hoping that they do get all those hard-hitting questions answered pretty quick, because I think it will clear up a lot for the people that are wondering, well, everybody's question is, where's the money at?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So hopefully we all get some more information on that, and we'll kind of go from there,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, Tim, I do got a question, man. I always usually try to tell the promoters I'm not going to put them on the spot. I'm going to put you on it just a little bit. You do not have to. You do not have to answer it if you do not want to. We had Jason Dials on last week, and Jason is a very heavy supporter of Blizzard Bash and Capital Carnage. He's just right down the road. He kind of said something. If the Smash It team and Ultimate Derby team could ever get on the same page to separate Rapid City, South Dakota and Blizzard Bash, instead of a week apart, maybe a month apart, that both events would completely sell out in the seats and the drivers list. Do you agree with that?
1,000%. 1,000,000%.
And then my only argument with that is, if there was a whole bunch of separation there, I think you're going to run right back into you're going to see the exact same drivers at both events. And I don't know that that's the answer. You know what I'm saying? Because it has diversified Blizzard Bash a little bit. You're getting to see new names. There was opportunities for people that don't usually get that opportunity to step up and try their hand at Blizzard Bash. Because any way anybody wants to cut it, that's the show. Like,
right.
Everybody says, if you say Blizzard Bash,
everybody knows
in the Derby community, that everybody's like Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's Derby Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I do agree with Dials on some of that, and I agree with you on that. But I really think that some of that being a little bit closer together, I don't know that it was a horrible thing, because it gave some guys some opportunities to show you what they are and what they had.
Right, I agree with you there. And really, the way Blizzard Bash is set up with all the teams that make the feature getting their spot back, I think that really has a big part of it. I mean, let's be blunt. I mean, in the limited wild class alone, the same 6 or 7 teams make the feature every year, and Caddy Nation's won 3 times. I know Brett Stringer's team has won 3 times, and what have we had the class for 7 years now?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's really politics in the feature. That's just...
Well, and you're going to have that in any feature. I mean, I don't know that you can put together a derby where somebody's not going to be like, yeah, we're running together.
Right.
I don't care if you went and handpicked them.
The only way that would even be humanly possible is if it was always 1 versus 1.
Right.
Until you get 1 versus 1 for the feature.
Right.
So that
but
takes
you're
that.
talking, everybody's going to have to run 8 fucking times.
Yeah, that part does suck. So, I mean, Tim, that's kind of the second part of my question here is what kind of stars and planets and type of shit would have to align to make that possible, what these guys are asking for as to kind of split times, you know what I'm saying, where it's just not all packed in the first 2 weeks of November. Is it even humanly possible?
Yeah, it's 1,000% possible. I mean, the Capital City Carnage and Blizzard Bash dates have been established Blizzard Bash has been since 2010, and Capital City started in 2015. So you would think that if there was other promoters trying to start a bigger show, they wouldn't have it a week before when they first start out. They maybe have it a month before or a month after, but that's not the reality of the world that we live in today.
We see it on a local level. I mean, there's no solution for that problem. I feel like Derek's running us into a fucking wall here.
Yeah.
Don't agree with this dickhead. Don't, Tim. Don't agree with him.
I mean, everybody knows how that shit works. I mean, in all reality, it comes down to a dick measuring contest, whether you want to be in it or not.
Oh, it 1,000% is a dick measuring contest right now. That's all it is.
Well, and I've seen it on the local level. I mean, fuck, we had a local promoter. Whenever I put on the team show in Palmyra, they tried to throw one a week before and get fucking track shot up here. I was like, holy fuck, do you want me to come promote it?
Didn't work real well on their end, though.
No, but I mean, it's the same shit. I mean, just because track shot reached out to me and they were like,
all it boils down to is there can only be one top dog or one commissioner of derbies or one Vince McMahon kind of a person. There can't be, 47 promoters trying to start big shows. There's only 12 months out of the year. So it's just,
it's the shitty reality of that side of this fucking sport.
Go ahead.
I said it's the shitty reality of that side of the fucking sport.
Right. And it sucks because with everything kind of divided, I would say, it puts a lot more pressure on the builders and it puts more pressure on the drivers and the fans. Because not everybody can go spend a week at Blizzard Bash.
Well, you run out of fucking vacation. Yes. I don't care. If you've got a job, you can't take a week off to go to Gold Rush and then take another fucking week off to go to Blizzard Bash.
Unless you're Derek Court.
Right. And then take another fucking week off to go to Bristol.
Unless you're Derek Court.
Right.
You got, all the fucking vacation.
Yeah, he doesn't count.
But no, like I said, I wasn't trying to put you on the spot.
Bullshit, he was 100% trying to put you on the spot.
No, I wasn't.
All right, I'm sick of the depressing bullshit. Let's talk. Where are you running at this year?
I'm just gonna stick at our hometown county fair, the Madison County Fair. It's actually part of the Unified Point Series this year. Jordan Pryor, Zach Pryor, Sheldon Pryor are starting to promote a few shows in our area, and they decided to put it on the Point Series. So I'm pretty excited about that. Last year I ran 5 times, two bigger style class, and then 3 street what we call street stock, but really more of a hobo car with a 4.6 in it. Me personally, with us having 29 shows, I just don't have the desire to run 10 times a year or anything like that. One time a year is good enough for me.
Well, last year you actually started off with Peoria. Your first show of the year was a big show for you to run, right?
Yeah, I ran Whiskey City last year for about 25 seconds.
Same.
I mean, the the whole reasoning behind why I ran Whiskey City really is not because, I really wanted to run a bigger style class or anything like that. It's just me, myself, obviously I'm not able to run Blizzard Bash or Capital City, so I wanted the experience of driving through the tunnel, seeing me and my car on the Jumbotron, and really Whiskey City, only derby really out there other than R2 that you can have that. So for me, really, is just having that experience, and then everything else was a plus. Obviously, with everything that went down the previous year and Cody being in my heat, it is what it is at this point, but I'm definitely glad that I had the experience.
Well, kind of the reason I asked that is because, you guys can always, I know putting on 29 shows, that takes so much of your summer away from you. I didn't know if maybe something that could be like a Spring X that you guys could bring a team over, or even the two-man stock show, or even the Metal Mayhem type, to let you get another one or two big shows, big stages under your belt other than just your local stuff.
There's a Derby Summit Indoor the same weekend as Spring X, and me and my dad are going out there to support. We sponsored Billy Eastep, Zach Eastep, and Matt Linky on their team. So that's the same weekend as Spring X, so I won't be there this weekend. And to be honest, I do not think that running in a 2.5-hour feature would be that much fun, especially 5 hours away. So I don't think I'll be at Mayhem. Nothing against Mayhem, because it's definitely the original big show and definitely has a lot of pedigree in Demolition Derby history. But that's just the reality of how that show is. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I like Taylor, and I like
you're
the show
good.
itself, but it's not for me.
I think what you said was relatable. There's people that like that show, and there's people that, have the same opinion you do.
So now I'm going to ask, dude, are you ready? Are you ready for all hell to break loose Friday night in Topeka, Kansas at the Stormont Vale Event Center?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Tim, man, we appreciate you getting on here, helping us eat up 30 minutes of this deal. We'll let you get on with your Sunday, and we'll get this bitch wrapped up, and hopefully we can follow up after Carnage.
Yeah, for sure, man.
We'll be watching.
Appreciate you guys having me on here.
Thanks, brother.
See everybody out at Capital City Carnage.
All right, we'll be watching, man. Thanks, dude.
See ya.
All right, bye. See, you think I'd like to ask Chris and Sam the same thing.
Right. No, I get it. But at the same time, you're asking for answers that can't be answered.
I think they could be answered. I'm just not saying that they want to be answered.
Nobody wants to tell you why all that shit's happening.
Correct.
They'll beat around the bush of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that people are going to hear that and be like, well, he's calling them out. Not really. Like, everybody knows it. Everybody fucking knows it.
Yes. But it's going to be...
Neither one of those shows are going anywhere.
This weekend, if somebody said, I'll tell you what, if you put up $100 and you pick the winner, you get $1 million. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Even if it's just being $100.
No.
The odds are so against one person when it comes to that, because in those one and dones, yes, you don't know who is going to be in your heat until you draw. We understand that shit. But when you...
Well, I can tell you a horse race is more of a sure bet than what you're going to see this weekend.
You're damn right. There's going to be guys in this weekend that we are nowhere usually there at the end.
And you'll see upsets.
Guarantee you. You'll see stupid shit happen.
Well, I mean, like it always comes back to this, but like Butch and him losing steering.
Correct. Whitaker on the wall.
You don't see that.
Teddy pulling out onto the track and losing a fucking wheel.
Yeah.
That, it just...
Trey's fuel cap falling off.
Yes.
I mean, that shit happens.
That's that stuff that you can't bet on or against. But it's going to be... The street stock show is going to be badass. However, if 6 heats or whatever is on there. The one and done limited weld, that's going to be turned all the fucking way up.
Oh, yeah.
With the drivers that are on there. Compact welds.
Yeah.
Dirty Mo is representing.
Yeah.
Every one of those guys do not fuck around.
I got a Snapchat earlier. It looked like I seen a mod car that was being put back together.
Put back together.
Yeah, to go out there.
It is gonna be one to watch. But you got to remember, guys. DerbyNation.tv.
Yep.
I haven't priced it out yet. I'm going to guess probably $50 for both shows. One show gets you both nights, all the action.
And you get to watch it for 30 days.
That's right. So if you've got something going on Saturday, such as I do, we'll actually get to watch it.
People need to quit doing that shit.
Yeah. Like, come on,
Married
man.
in fucking winter.
It's still technically winter. That's the shitty part. Get married before Christmas.
Yeah.
Between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
You
That's
have
when you
a
get married.
fucking month.
1 month. That's 30 days.
If you want me there.
Quit fucking up shit.
Well, I think on this episode, just for a little recap, because we've bounced around a little bit, I think that everybody's still just as confused as they were before we started on the demo thing. We didn't give you any concrete answers.
Except where it's at.
True that. Bristol, baby.
That's it. Bristol, motherfuckers.
We do have a little bit more information that I wish we could give some of those people, because some of the stuff that Tim was asking, I could have answered. I don't know if I'm supposed to yet.
Correct.
So, I think that when everybody hears more details, it's going to clear up a lot.
And I personally think it will either...
Well,
I still think that hard line is going to be there.
There's going to be a hard line. I think there's going to be some that step over it in the favor of the show.
Probably more that's going to jump away from it.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty even split.
You think it's going to be 50-50 either way?
Yeah, because you've got some guys that are cussing it right now just because somebody they know's got a bigger name or social media following, and they think it's stupid. And whenever you get your own details and you can have your own opinion on it, I think it's going to change a few of them.
Yeah. But no, we appreciate...
And damn it, if they're being sincere and they're trying to better the sport, fucking support them.
Yes.
Now, if we get all the details on it and they're not, well, don't support them. But, I think...
Just don't play both sides of the fence.
No, if there's some sincerity behind it, I think you better fucking jump on board.
Yep. But no, we'd like to thank Tim Clark Jr. for getting on. These guys are going to be...
Usually I get to give him a bunch more shit. I didn't really...
We tried to keep this one a little bit more...
On the
business in the front, not party in the back so much.
Yeah, I'll give him shit after the show. Maybe he'll stumble or something or fall down on TV. I'll give him some shit on that.
It's possible. It is possible. But like I said, I think the show's going to be bomb ass. We're going to be watching from the comfort of recliners, not sucking in a bunch of smoke, not.
Yeah, because it's about go time at work, and I don't want to be fucking sick for a week.
Like I said, you didn't even mention it, so yeah, because you're probably going to have to work Saturday.
I fucking hope not.
It's supposed to be all nice and shit this week again.
Yeah, they're talking 40-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh,
that stops everything I'm doing.
That's out.
Well, then it's supposed to be 80 Tuesday, and then get down to 31 that night. That's how you get a tornado.
50-degree from fucking temperature change is stupid.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that if you want a tornado, that's how you get one.
Yes. Thank him. Thank the Smash It guys.
Yes.
A couple years ago, I had a lot of hard feelings. I did, on the personal side.
Oh, yeah.
And I brought that out. I think they're starting to redeem themselves in my eyes.
I stayed pretty neutral through that whole deal.
You did.
Mainly because I've been there. It sucks. But they've had 2 really good shows since then.
Mm-hmm.
In the same arena.
Yes.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times we can fucking say that. Bad calls get made. They're going to keep getting made.
Yep.
Big shit coming.
Big name promoters coming as well.
Yeah.
We've got some more lined up. We're going to be to the east of the country. We're going to be to the west of the country.
Yes, sir.
So, like I said, Derby.
I was on YouTube this morning watching some fucking Utah Derby.
Was you?
I was. I was watching Jackson or Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Watching him turn cars over and shit.
Jared, did you watch Heber last year?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
The old Wagging
sir.
did some work. Speaking of Wagging, anybody that's got social media knows. April 27th, Pay Up Sucker Promotions, Wrecking for Skinny.
Yep.
Looks like they've got 5-6 different classes.
Yep.
$21,000 worth of payouts. And I know a lot.
And I would say those will keep going up.
Correct. A lot of those, I believe, I'm not sure how much the kickback is, to help our homie out, but
That's one of those derbies. I bet you end up seeing a lot of those checks go back.
correct.
I mean, you
Correct.
see it a lot.
Yes. We haven't even really got to talk yet. I'd like to go over. I know Griggsville is that week.
I've already told Skinny that if I can make it work, I'll be there.
Yeah.
All bullshit aside, I'm always talking about taking a car somewhere. I really ought to throw a motor in that fucking car that's already got a cage in it and drag it out there.
Just roll on.
I mean, we're talking 4 hours worth of work, and that car could go.
Yeah.
And my motor and shit's already out, like it's sitting on the fucking ground.
So that's just one of them other shows. It's not a national level event.
No.
But it's what it's for is kind of gives it that national level feel.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because he'd do anything for anybody.
Yes.
And he just did his 6th treatment. This is supposed to be hopefully the final chemo treatment.
Prayers for that.
Yep. And I think he's got some scans in another week or two, and let's just hope it's all gone bye-bye so homie can grow his fucking beard back.
He needs to. Little kid-looking motherfucker.
Fucker looks like he's 14. But yeah, thanks Tim Clark Jr. Guys, if you need any door wraps, any fucking roof signs, any T-shirts, there's 2 different companies who support us.
That's going to give you 10% off.
Yes, 10% off. Who the fuck else can you go to for door wraps and roof signs is going to give you 10% off?
That are already below market value.
Yes. And some badass shirts. Triple
And
B's.
these guys you take them an idea.
Just let them do it.
Let them get with it. Like, you don't have to sit there and hold their fucking hand.
Nope. None. 0. Just let them do it.
I mean,
Come up.
Justin, he'll kick back in his flip-flops and design you some badass shit. Yeah, I got a message the other day from Chunk. Fucking raining, 12 degrees in Utah, and Justin's running around in flip-flops.
I wear shorts all the time. Homie wears flip-flops. That's different.
Everywhere. Dude,
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes. So, guys, Triple B's tees. Broadhead decals. Hook these guys up. Let them work for you. Let them take care of all your fucking design needs. Whether it's going on your car or on your back.
They do the work so you don't have to.
That's right. That is right. So, big shit. And more big shit. It's just going to keep going to big shit.
Yeah, this season's going to be like the fucking Energizer Bunny.
Keeps going and going and going.
They need to quit announcing fucking shows, though, because...
Give us like a 2-month break.
Well, I don't know, like, I'm going to have to get another job for when I lose my job for taking off going to these fucking shows.
Yep. You just gotta have cool balls. That's all you
I
gotta
just
do.
keep going there and writing on his whiteboard. I'm like, I need these 2 days off. He's like, you run out of vacation days like 3 times of coming in here ago, right? I'm like, yeah, just pick which ones you don't want to pay me on.
That's what I've done. I gave her a whole list, and she said, "Holy shit!" I said, "Yeah, take this one with no pay, this one with no pay, and this one with no pay, and then we'll work out for the other ones." Okay. So
Well, I told him, I was like, until I tell you to start taking vacation days away, just don't.
just
Just don't pay me.
Yep. So, well, we're gonna leave off at that.
You got any last words?
Make junk, boys.
Triple B's Tees offer custom shirts and logo designs for all your apparel and merchandise needs, offering a variety of shirts, hats, hoodies, tumblers, and koozies. Triple B's will work with you one-on-one to personalize and perfect your logo. With over 5 years in the business, 20 years in the sport, they live for Demolition Derby.
Chunk and his crew can bring your imagination to realization with 0 limitations. So for all your badass tees, choose Triple B's.